George Hillan, however, my Christian name is Paul, but I've had George for 28 years now, coming from the northeast originally. Started playing rugby when I was 13 years old, so a little bit late compared to some of the children now from there. And I played through playing for the local school, playing for then the local club, which was Alnwick, and then got involved with the local teams on there. So in the olden days, it used to be Newcastle Northern and Newcastle Gosport, etc. And then the Falcons came together. So I was in the northeast in that area when Rob Andrew and all them started from there. Joined the Navy in 1990, continued to play throughout. That's when I started to really take off from there. But with regards to a lot local, in '94 I joined US Pompey. Got invited down there, serving with some of the players that were down at that club from there. I was a club member down there till 2006, so played on and off for the majority of the time down there, and had the pleasure of being club captain down there as well. So had some local battles against Gosport Fareham, as we do from there, but also met some good friends from there. So I played rugby for that sort of time, represented the Navy at different teams and the regional teams as well. Then as I started to get a little bit older and started to develop, I did coaching courses, and I've been coaching now for about 12 years. Started with establishment shapes, then into women's team, and then started to look at some of the naval representatives teams, and then for a duration I did 2 years here at Gosport Fareham. Started with under 12s, then under 13s, so I got involved with Shane because his boy was playing at that age at the time. I then went away due to work commitments, etc., things like that, but I was still coaching in the naval representative area, and I've won 3 inter-service championships with the Navy under 23s. I've won 1 inter-service championships with the vets, or the Mariners as they are now, from there, as well as doing some of the other bits and pieces from there. As part of my development, I've also got involved with Harlequins Rugby Club and become a community coach in there. So work most camps, so summer, October, winter sort of periods as well, and I've worked a couple of the big games at Twickenham as well. So we're looking after 400 children on game day for the big game up at Twickenham from there. And I was at Collingwood. I'm there with the new chair, Rob Batley, and he approached me and said, look, he's coming in at Gosport Fareham, there's going to be some new changes, etc. Would I be interested in becoming the head lead coach and helping the other coaches and help do something new with the club, and then from there. Yeah, so I took a bit of time, did a bit of due diligence, asked a few people, and yeah, I've brought it because it's a new challenge for me, and I think Gosport Fareham has got the potential to do so much more. Because when I seen it from my younger days to where it is now, I think we've got the potential and the facilities to make our mark on the map again, and make Gosport Fareham a family club, but also a club to be proud of, that we stand out for the right reasons from that. Well, my coaching team, I brought a couple in with me that I know and I've worked with before. But I've also utilised the experience of people in and around the area, with the likes of Chris coming in as well, because he's got the links. He's going to be the continuity between the 15s, 16s coach level and the seniors set up from there. I'm also bringing in some new people that want to learn the job and become coaches, have nothing to do with rugby as well, so their personal development, but also to bring in analysis as well, because analysis is a massive piece from a coaching perspective. It gives a visual representation to the players, rather than just a coach standing up and saying, we want to do this, or you're doing this. That analysis piece brings us there. So we've brought in quite a few coaches to help with this, whilst also utilising existing coaches within the club. And Shane, coming up through the coach, has been very integral within this as well. So we've got the continuity of utilising old and new to bring in the philosophy. And the philosophy with the coaching and the team support this throughout is, it's always players first. And that's what we've got to do. Everything we do is for the players. It's not for us as the coaching staff, it's for the players. Pre-season, I won't lie to people. When I did my due diligence, I had apprehensions about things, and people said, oh, we don't get many at pre-season, etc. and things like that. But what I've been very impressed with is the commitment and everything of the players. On average, we're averaging about 35 to 40 players per training session, and we look out there tonight and there's 44 out there tonight, and again training. So yeah, and all the players have worked hard. whether they realise it or not, they've been putting a lot of effort and hard work on the pitch, and they've come off sweating and things like that, but they've come off with a smile on their face, and that's what it's all about. So I've been really impressed with the commitment and effort that they've shown so far, and I think the trial match we had on Thursday night was the first step to that, because we looked very good, and we're in the right place to take it forward from there. So our targets, in line with Rob, is to be a one club ethos. So it doesn't matter what team you're representing, whether it be the senior 15 or down to the under 7s, under 6s, etc. We're all one club to support each other and help each other develop from there. So that's a target that we have. We're not necessarily looking at on-field targets. What we want to do from the season perspective is to be very consolidated in the league and be under no pressure and things like that, and just continue to develop from there. With also, after some of the previous seasons, get some away wins under our belts, because the potential of the players that we've got, I believe we can do that. It's just giving them the self-belief and the ability to go out and do it. And I think from what we've already seen, we've got that potential to do that. So we're going to be this position in the league or anything like that. We're looking to bring in an ethos to the club that will filter through all the teams and things from there. So it is measurable, because by the end of the season, I like to think all teams are in a sustainable position, so we can field all 3 teams, especially with the second 15 playing in the Hampshire Premier. That's a great opportunity for them, because they're playing week in, week out in a competitive league from there. Our 3rd team, then our vets as well. So I want us all to be one and support each other from there. And hopefully by the end of the season, we've not had to cancel any fixtures where we're due to player unavailability and things like that. So that's a measurable we can do. Player retention, player recruitment, and even now we're still getting new players coming down. So it's to improve our player base and things like that, so all teams are fully supported. So if we look at the figures we had from day 1 of pre-season to the final fixture, and providing we've gone up, then that's a success, because we're building the foundations for the club to build next season and the season after that. Because when Rob and I sat down, we're looking at a 4 to 5 year plan. We understand it's not going to be a quick fix. It's going to be nice, progressive, and take the club forward.